SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in, inching closer to Ice-Mageddon 2026. Got some pictures sent to me last night of the Oxford Walmart, and none of y'all eat that much produce, okay? Stop lying to yourselves when you're going to the store. Stop lying to yourselves.
Not nary a slice of bread at the Starkville Kroger today.
I mean, I get the bread. I don't quite get the, overloading on milk when you're afraid to lose power and your fridge might not work, although I guess you could just stick it outside for a little while. But stop lying to yourselves when you go to the store. You don't eat that much produce. No, none of you do. Go do what the rest of us do. Go get your bags of Doritos like me. All right? Don't lie to yourself anymore.
There is a bag of Doritos in the pantry at my house.
Sports Talk Mississippi on a Thursday. So glad that you guys are with us. I'm Michael Borkey. He is Brian Hadad. We're going to talk a little basketball. A little. Because that's all it really has warranted after an unfortunately ugly performance for Mississippi State last night. We'll talk about that. We'll get into some NFL lines. We haven't even talked about that yet today. The Super Bowl is going to be decided on Sunday, so we'll look at that a little bit. Josh Pate put out a college football idea. A few of you asked about that yesterday.
Okay, I haven't seen this, so we'll get a live reaction to it.
I like it, but there's one thing that I hate about it. He wants to fix the calendar, and there's a lot of really good ideas, frankly, that most of them, I don't know what they're waiting on. But one I don't like. So we'll talk about that as the portal turns and more with you.
Well, I'm excited to hear that suggestion, and we'll see if Josh has something good going there. We have something good every weekend at Pearl River Resort. Okay, look, maybe not this weekend. All right, it's tough. It's tough. I get it. But when there's not ice all over the roads, I suggest making a beeline to Pearl River Resort to have a great time doing whatever it is you like to do. Once the weather clears up, we'll start talking about golf at Dancing Rabbit again. Once the summer gets here, we talk about a fun day at Geyser Falls. It's all right there for you at Pearl River Resort. C-Spire text line open to you at 601-879-4395. Looking for game-changing technology? Then you need C-Spire on your team. 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions built as tough as your defense. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, inspired by you.
This is something that I don't know why we did not get, because I know the broadcast happened from the Sugar Bowl, but we got it from the national championship game, the Spanish radio call. I guess it was
Give
TV,
it to me.
Of Fernando Mendoza's touchdown.
45. Ay, mandó a Fernando Mendoza. La ofensiva se mantiene en el campo.
I'll start it over.
What he said, ay.
So good.
Dios mío. All right, go ahead.
45. Ay, mandó a Fernando Mendoza. La ofensiva se mantiene en el campo. Es Caleb Black el corredor. Este es Arrad, el que estaba en el círculo, y Mendoza tiene el primer y gol. ¡Touchdown! ¡Fernando Mendoza!
It's just so much better in Spanish.
I'm telling you, foreign language calls of anything are better. I want to go back in time. I want the Spanish language call of Kirk Gibson's home run and John Paxson hitting the buzzer beater. Or so I want to hear all those.
Somebody says, I love it, aye, waiting to hear goal.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says, milk and cereal makes sense, but milk and bread? Come on, man, gross, no kidding. What language?
Weren't you the one a few years ago? You tweeted out, you're like, just pouring milk over a piece of bread.
And
like, I'm ready for the storm. Like, what's wrong with people?
It's
I bought some half and half today, some coffee creamer for my wife, but I didn't buy any milk.
Well, tell her to drink that. I mean, it's the same. Halfway.
Well, we have milk.
Stick it outside.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fun. Somebody says everybody's also sold out of generators. Yeah, I ordered a solar-powered power bank. And it came in, and it was expensive. And it's a big power bank with a big solar panel, and it doesn't have like a plug. It's got USB. It's got whatever the heck the new stuff is running on. I don't know what that little port is called. It's got those, but it doesn't have a plug. It's like, oh, great, I can run my phone and my laptop, but if I want to run a fan or a heater off of this big old power bank that I bought, I can't do it. And then I looked online to see if there was like a USB converter into like a regular outlet plug. I couldn't find one. So I'll be able to charge my phone if I lose power, but I could have done that in my car.
Yeah.
I didn't need this giant power bank thing if I can't plug a space heater into it. I think that's the whole reason I bought it. Just in case I lose power, I can keep a space heater on to have at least one room in the house that is warm, but nope. Came in today and
I see them on TV all the time, those 4 Patriots ones. You could have gotten that one, because, they're only for Patriots, though.
Yeah. If you got to learn, snap your fingers, I learned this language, what language would it be?
Gosh, I have 3. Spanish makes a lot of sense, right? Because a lot of people in this country and a lot of people around the world speak Spanish. I wouldn't mind knowing Arabic, just because it's the language of my people. But probably the correct answer is either Chinese or Japanese, because those are the 2 countries I would feel like, in the business world especially, you would need to have the most communication with. I think it's also impressive. You just know Japanese. People are like, oh, wow, he must be smart. I wouldn't mind also knowing proper English, if I knew how to speak English sometimes. I knew what a gerund was.
The little iPhone one is a C port. C. Okay. Yeah, well, I've got data technology. I don't even need one of those. So the one thing that I really needed, it didn't come with this thing. Big old solar panel, though. I mean, it's cool, but I wasted money. So I'm going to take it back tomorrow, and then I'm just SOL, as they say. If ice apocalypse hits the Jackson area, which...
Do you have any of those little mobile chargers?
Yeah.
Well, just charge those up tonight and you'll be okay.
But I wanted something that I could run a few things off of. Like in the summer, and I'll get another one by the summer, but when I lose power when a storm comes in the summer, I want to be able to plug a fan into a power bank. So I didn't read the fine print in the Amazon app close enough, apparently, because, big old power bank. You think there'd be a plug-in?
You would think.
And it's like this big. I mean, it's big.
Wrong. You would be wrong.
I would be wrong. Or I'm not getting, I'm not catching up to technology.
Walton, New Albany's about to put my 28-inch griddle together that Santa brought me. Might need it. You might. My foreign language at Ole Miss was Russian. I know how to say one phrase in Russian, but I can't say it on the air. Because in case there's a Russian listening, they might complain to the FCC.
I kind of feel like Italian would be a cool language to know, but when would you ever apply it other than to, impress people at a party?
If you went to Italy.
I know, but I don't care.
I'm just saying, if you went to, a really nice restaurant and you were, ordering the wine and stuff in Italian,
Yeah, just show off.
Might make you popular with the ladies.
But everybody else would hate you. It's like, oh, come on, guy. Wow, nice Italian, dude.
Yeah.
The only foreign countries I want to go to are Scotland and Ireland, and they speak English there.
They speak English there, yeah.
So I'm good. And it's
Maybe
just for golf.
Yeah. I would there you go. Yeah.
I'm not interested in the European travel like some people are. I'm good.
Marty from Portland, who would know a thing or two about this, says go to a computer store and get an uninterruptible power supply. It has plugs.
An uninterruptible power supply?
That's what he says. Remember the guy singing Eye of the Tiger? I think about that video at least once a month. Still maybe the hardest I've ever laughed on this show. It's up there with seasoning for seasonings.
How expensive are... that's not too bad, actually. I'm just looking at the wrong one. No, that makes sense.
Oh, there you go. Go give it a look.
But, I'll figure that out. Be safe this weekend is what we're... Especially those of you in North Mississippi. Just be safe out there. Don't be dumb. Be prepared. Bring your pets inside. Those kind of things. Because, I was talking to our news team earlier. They're ready to work literally all weekend long. Just to provide as many updates as possible. It's something to keep an eye on. Don't go crazy. Don't buy all the produce you're not going to eat. Patrons of the Oxford Walmart. But, be safe out there.
Yeah.
We'll talk some sports when we come back.
From the Venom.
During Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
We'll delay the basketball conversation just for a minute because I have been sent this screenshot a few times.
I just like to picture Richard getting ready for work every morning listening to this. Just doing his head like this, too.
At 4:30 when he's getting ready for mornings with Richard Cross.
James is yelling at him, turn that down! Put your earbuds in!
Somebody says, interesting development involving he's talking about Ole Miss, new linebacker. And it's a screenshot from an account called Recruits CFB. And that should be your first red flag right there. But this is what the screenshot says. I've been asked if this is true a few times. It says, breaking. Clemson portal linebacker commit Luke Farrelly has enrolled at Ole Miss. Farrelly, the 2025 ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year, signed with Clemson and enrolled in classes over a week ago. He's been attending classes, team meetings, and workouts over this period. Fact check, true. He did sign with Clemson and move to Clemson. That did happen. Farrelly, who was set to make $800,000 from Clemson, was originally offered 7 figures from Pete Golding personally on the final day of the portal. He laughed at this offer and reported the tampering to Clemson, sending them proof of the texts. After being confronted personally by Clemson, Rebels head coach Pete Golding doubled the offer to over $2 million. Clemson still thought that they were in good standing with Farrelly based on what he told them until they could not get in touch with him. Expect lawsuits from Clemson against Farrelly and Ole Miss to follow, along with athletic directors attempting to put an end to the craziness that these schools have to deal with now. He is not getting over $2 million to play football for Ole Miss this year. Not happening.
$5 million for a linebacker is a lot.
Yeah, he's getting double that. Yeah, sure. There's no doubt that this is what we talk about on the show all the time. Tampering happens to literally everybody, including your team. That's why even though Lane Kiffin's Hail Mary at the final hour trying to get as many Ole Miss players as he possibly could with rather insane offers was annoying, it was not unexpected. And that's why we talk about, hey, don't cry about tampering because you're going to get a player who's committed elsewhere too. It's kind of part of the deal. As far as I understand it, and has been reported by Clemson's On3 site, he did not have a rev share agreement with Clemson. Or maybe he was working on one but never signed one. And so while it sucks to lose a player and tampering's annoying and college football does need changes, what's Clemson going to sue for? What's a judge? What are they going to sue for? Tampering? It's not against the law. So what are they going to sue for? Nothing. The only thing that protects the schools right now is rev share contracts getting buyout money back. Even Duke, with a pretty awesome contract with Mensa, can't keep him at Duke. So when you read stuff like that from anonymous accounts that don't have anybody to quote-unquote hold them accountable, like reporters get stuff wrong all the time. We get stuff wrong on this show. But if we do, we have a boss, and our boss has a boss that keep us accountable. We have somebody to answer to. Robbie Falk has somebody to answer to if he gets something wrong with On 3.
My cousin, Steven.
But he does. Chase Parham has somebody to answer to if he gets something wrong, and so on and so forth. Recruits.cfb on Instagram or whatever this is, or on Twitter, can just make stuff up. And it doesn't matter if it's not true because they're an anonymous Twitter account. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You've got a couple of guys that are pretending to cover LSU using AI-generated headshots. They're not real people that are breaking news. And finally, LSU fans have called on like, hey, these guys they're not real. Like something's wrong here. So when you see an account like that doesn't go back to a place that exists, like if it doesn't go back to On 3 or 24/7 or a publication, your first thought should be, not true. That's not true. Luke Farrelly's not getting over $2 million to play linebacker for Ole Miss this year. I mean, come on. Let's
just have just a tad bit of common sense. But I mean, we've been talking about this a lot lately about how all these AI, people. I saw somebody who's my age get duped on Facebook, and I was just like, come on. Come on, you're not that old. I'm not that old. I did have my senior moment today. I was at the grocery store, a lot of cars there. I forgot where I parked, and I was like looking around for at least about 30 seconds, and then I found my car. And I was like, God, here we go. But yes, it's one thing when it's like Pete Nokos. That's one that should be pretty easy to spot. But I mean, those guys do a good job. Pete Nokos with No 3 Sports. Yeah, I mean, they make it look like it's real. But then you have these other ones, they're just putting out stuff. Then you just have the other guy who's just, they read a message board, they do something, so they put it out there that it's actually happening so they can try to get some clout. But if they are wrong, they'll just delete their account and start over again.
Or just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just keep making stuff up. So there's a lot of, I mean, frankly, there's a lot of stuff that we get told that's not even true. I mean, hey, how much stuff have you been told, whether it be portal or NIL or money or all that ended up not being true or overinflated or whatever? So
all the time.
The people that are real even get duped. So
yeah. Well, it's not even duped.
Not
sometimes.
Duped,
sometimes you just information changes. What was using Jordan Seaton for an example? What he was saying last Thursday before he had visited anywhere else is probably different than when after he visited Miami. Then he visits LSU. Then Dan Lanning flies across the country to see him. Things change, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people don't take into account on is that things change, and sometimes what was true on Monday, it was true on Monday. But on Thursday, it's not true anymore.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, you were wrong. No, I was right when I said it, but it changed. And people don't want to take that into account sometimes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny how that all worked out, too. I mean, we've been talking about him for at least a week and how the news cycle happened. Clemson finally put him in the portal, and it went, Luke Farrelly intends to enter the transfer portal. And then... And that was yesterday. And then Luke Farrelly's officially in the transfer portal. Ole Miss is the team to watch. And then a few hours later, Luke Farrelly has committed to Ole Miss. It's that's been a thing for a while now, but I understand that the process can't publicly start until he actually enters the transfer portal.
Got a text here. This information I trust is inside source here. Chambliss to State.
Oh, I mean, I'm hearing that too.
I just heard it.
Speaking of AI articles, some people got duped
no.
on a Lane Kiffin is dating Charlie Kirk's widow. That was a thing that got some people.
I might go looking for that. I want to see the comments on that. I want to know if people are excited for Lane or disappointed in Erica Kirk. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Blake says there are no rules in college football. Wouldn't worry about tampering. No, I mean it's unenforceable.
Yeah,
it's completely unenforceable because, for a lot of reasons, but it's not against the law. And the NCAA, I know it's the NCAA rules, but they can't enforce it. And if you're going to enforce one, then you've got to enforce literally everybody else. It sucks. It does. It sucks. And we have Southern Miss fans that text in the show about their players getting tampered with. And, man, your frustrations are completely valid. It's horrible. But in Clemson's case, if their on-3 side is correct and they didn't have a rev share deal with this kid, it's your fault that you're not getting something in return for losing him. That's on you.
Yeah.
You've got to – there's only one way to protect yourself. You got to do it. And if you didn't, I understand that the system sucks, but, man – there was a chance for you to get some money in return, and if you didn't take that avenue or you didn't protect yourself, I'm sorry. But Ole Miss ends up getting a really good player at a position of need.
Yeah.
Through all of the oddness around that situation. But anyway, 601-879-4395. 601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. We are so glad that you guys are with us. Somebody says Borkey's hate for Clemson remains good. Yeah.
That's a good point. You're not the most unbiased source when it comes to Clemson.
I can talk about them objectively when I need to.
I guess.
But in this case, they're dumb. If Prince Will didn't have a buyout, Ole Miss is dumb, but he did, and they're going to get it. But no, Clemson has been behind in this era. They keep getting caught with their pants down, and that's why they keep losing games. And they're going to go to Baton Rouge in week 1. And they're going to get smoked. They haven't adapted to this at all. At all. What a fall from grace. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook.com. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Boom! Are you ready for some football?
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Borkey and Hadad with you, Sports Talk Mississippi. A scattering of messages on the text line. We'll get to a few of them. Matt says speaking of, I think LSU's going to stomp Clemson because Clemson's just in a bad way. But he says, unless Sam Leavitt plays like he did at State this year, that is the one position I think Kiffin really missed on. Would like to hear your thoughts. Kiffin can get a lot out of quarterbacks.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you, Matt. I think he's a little overrated.
I agree too, but what you just said, and we talk about it, we did some talk about SEC stuff on the podcast tomorrow. And Robbie brought that up. He's like, Kiffin gets a lot out of his quarterbacks. What was Matt Corral before Lane Kiffin got there? Trinidad Chambliss was a D2 quarterback. And under Kiffin and Weiss, they turned him into one of the top quarterbacks in the country. So, yeah, I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan, but I'll be shocked if he doesn't put up big numbers in that offense.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either, but I do think that him being like, oh my gosh, he's going to be a Heisman winner stuff is a little premature because it's not like Dillingham's a dope at coaching quarterbacks either. He's really good at that. So, anyway. Brian asks, not you, but Brian asks, how are we going to stop all this tampering and lawsuits, collective bargaining? Until then, this is what you're going to get, or Congress stepping in, and they're not going to. So there you go. And then there's this one. This is a story I actually had saved I wanted to bring up. Reading from SuperTalk Mississippi News.
What do those guys know?
Nothing. I'm kidding, of course. Written by Caleb Sailors. Could name, image, and likeness compensation seep into Mississippi's high school sports scene? One state lawmaker has opened the door at the collegiate level. You guys know this. NIL and rev share and all that has infiltrated major college athletics. At the high school level in Mississippi, amateurism has seemingly prevailed. However, according to House Bill 1400, it could change. The legislation offered by Democratic Representative Jeffrey Harness is called the Mississippi High School Student Athlete NIL Protection Act. It establishes a framework for high school athletes to earn compensation under specific parameters. Under the bill, a high school athlete could get paid for endeavors such as endorsements, social media posts, and appearances as long as the money did not happen to be performance-based or an enticement to transfer to any other school. I've heard that before. Any monetary gains an athlete earned would also have to adhere to state law. These deals would exclusively serve to benefit the individual per the bill, as schools, coaches, and staffers would be prohibited from facilitating NIL contracts or profiting off of them. NIL contracts for student athletes under 18 would be required to be in writing and with a parent's signature. Any deal done without a parent's consent would be nullified if a high schooler's NIL deal exceeded $10,000 a year. Any additional earnings beyond that would have to be placed in a restricted trust account that the student could access upon turning 18 or after finishing his or her senior year. Copies of all deals would then have to be disclosed to the Mississippi High School Activities Association within a, quote, reasonable time after they are executed, though the governing body will have no regulatory authority over said compensation. And the MHSAA would be prohibited from barring an athlete from competing due to his or her involvement in obtaining the bill. From obtaining a deal, the bill has been referred to the House Judiciary Committee. Long way to go. It's just a bill. It's not like it's getting voted into law today. But there's a lot to unpack with that. NIL coming to Mississippi high school athletes has been officially proposed.
I don't know. I never know with these things. Like, it's just like anything else. There's going to be bad actors in there. So how they do their job of rooting those out, we'll see.
I've got a few questions. One of them is, do 16-year-olds or 17-year-olds that work regular jobs in the state of Mississippi have to put their income above $10,000 in a trust?
No.
Then why would an athlete have to?
It's a great question.
That's number one. Number two, what high school athlete carries real marketability? Who's this for? Who needs this? Who is unable to get paid for their endorsement right now in the state of Mississippi? What high school athlete in this state carries on their own without the I'm committed to state or I'm committed to Ole Miss or I'm committed to Alabama value?
So in the last 5 years, let's just use that, right? Hubbard might have had something because everybody in the state knew who Hubbard was.
Yeah.
Okay. Like everybody's like, oh, that's that kid, right? A decade plus ago, maybe Malik Newman would have had some of that.
I feel so stupid. Hey, Dad, he played at Clinton running back.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, maybe?
Cam Akers could have had some of that. Everybody knew who Cam Akers was. In baseball, could the Parker twins this past year have had something? Everybody knew they were. Well, everybody thought they were both going to MLB. One of them did.
But we say everybody knows. What is their true value?
I don't know.
I mean,
we're talking about we live in a world where On3 assigns a value to everybody. To every 3-star recruit, and even the people who cheer for the team have never heard of them.
Yeah, which is ridiculous, by the way. But at least the college athlete. Like, even the center on your college football team contributes to winning, and at the college level, winning and losing, the difference between winning and losing is millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I got to call Braylon Womack's games this year. Super athlete, by the way. Great people at Hartfield. I loved doing it. there was not a fan in the stands that went there because of Braylon Womack, right? Mm-hmm. The same amount of people go to their games regardless if Braylon Womack's on the field or not. And also, if Hartfield wins all of their games or loses all of their games, they don't lose. There's not it's high school sports. They don't stand to gain a whole bunch of money by winning or stand to lose a bunch of money. Like JA won the state championship. They beat Hartfield in the state championship. What do they get for it? True, like financially. What did they get for it? Nothing. Pride. Like, I'm sure everybody was happy. Maybe, maybe donations from alumni that are excited about their football team winning, but it's not anywhere remotely close to the same as a college athlete because of what college sports does to the institution. You already, at the college level, it's corrupt. You have bad actors, bad agents, bad people involved doing bad things at the college level where there's real money at stake and there's oversight and there's resources to help filter some of this out. Mm-hmm. My fear with...
Here's a good name, and this is a good name, but part of it is because of the name, Eric Dampier Jr.
Sure.
Now, granted, that kid's like in 8th grade right now. I don't know what you can really do with him. But the fact that he's Eric Dampier Jr., he has the name value of his dad. That is somebody that by the time he's a senior in high school, if he continues in the same path, he'll be one of the top players in the country. There's somebody who would have some value.
My concern is that the downsides far outweigh the benefit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because who's going to facilitate the deals? Are 16-year-olds going to have agents? And who are the agents going to be, by the way? You have this issue in college where you have resources. I mean, Ole Miss's athletic budget will soon be $200 million. They can better deal with bad agents, and there still are some, don't get me wrong, but they at least can deal with it. Can a high school coach? Who's going to facilitate this? You already have corruption at the college level. We don't need to invite corruption at the high school level. High school sports, to me, that's where we talked yesterday about where you draw a line. Mm-hmm. I think high school sports needs to be where you draw a line. They are in high school. They're high school students. They're 16 and 17-year-olds and 15-year-olds. They can start getting paid when they become an adult and go to college. You don't, to me, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm being anti-capitalist or whatever. You just don't need shady people sending money to the 16-year-old, to me.
Yeah.
That's where you can draw the line and say, hey, look, you're still in high school, man. And I know high school students go compete in the Olympics, right? A 17-year-old could go play for USA Soccer if they're good enough. So, again, maybe I'm off base. I don't see that there's true marketing value in high school players to begin with. And all I see is the inviting of bad actors and bad people exploiting high school students. At least college athletes are legal adults. If they get exploited, it's kind of on you, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not voting age, I just don't know if this is a road we want to go down.
Well, unfortunately, it appears we are going to go down it.
And Billy is right. I mean, there's already corruption at the high school level. It's already there, so let's make it worse. I don't know. I'm very weary of this. I don't know if it'll pass anyway, but very weary of it. I don't think it passes the smell test. I think 16-year-olds need to be riding their bikes, skinning their knees, playing football, chasing girls around, going to prom. That's what high school kids need to be doing, not dealing with agents. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi. Your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State.
Let me put it to you this way.
Right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I wanna say. You just wanna use your love tonight.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Brian Hadad and Michael Borkey here with you on a Thursday. Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you in part by AgriGold. AgriGold believes progress in the field starts with seed and the people who plant it. That's why AgriGold focuses 100% on seed, delivering trusted genetics and solutions to help you get more out of every acre. Contact Kerry Baker today at 662-836-7417. He's your local AgriGold representative. To learn more, or visit agrigold.com to explore seed solutions and agronomy resources. Plant your legacy today with AgriGold.
A few of your messages on the text line. Somebody says, agreed, high school players and their people are much more susceptible to corruption. Here's another one. NIL deals in high school feel like part of the, quote, pay-to-play problem. Access to exposure is based on who can afford it. And we as a country sit around and wonder why Europe has taken over the NBA and a great deal of MLB doesn't speak English. There is absolutely something to that. They're trying to fix that in soccer, but you've got that. You want to know why American soccer isn't on top of the world? It could be. You got to be rich to play at the highest level. You got to be rich to play on the travel teams. You got to be rich to go to the select camps. We have great athletes that play soccer in this country that could be great, but the access to training isn't given to everybody. It's given to the kids that can afford it. Again, in soccer, they're working on that. They're setting up camps and training academies and stuff that are just, hey, are you good? Okay, we got you type stuff. But it's taken a while. In football, because of how we do football, you don't necessarily need that, although that's changing too. You got to get on these 7-on-7 teams. You got to go to these camps, and all that costs money. We restrict the access of the non-wealthy at the highest level of sports in America. That is absolutely accurate. It's a good point. Too tempting for kids to get into trouble being approached by shady people after their money. I mean, that's the thing to me, too, is all this is going to invite is, well, hey, I'm a local business owner. I want this kid to go to Ole Miss. I want this kid to go to State. And I'll make sure that when we sign our deal, I'm wearing my State polo. And, oh, man, can't wait to go to Starkville this weekend, young man. And, hey, did Coach whoever come visit you? Ah, man, he's great, isn't he? I mean, that's all that this is. Yeah. Opening up, and still, at the end of the day, I'm very firm in my belief that we need to draw a line that high school kids need to be kids. I think that we need to restrict recruiting. I don't think a high school sophomore and earlier should be contacted by any coach of any school. I think it should be strictly prohibited. Where once you start your junior season, then you can start taking calls. Because then you got to start thinking about college. But 8th graders don't need to be hearing from college baseball coaches. We need to let kids be kids. Ride your bike like I said before, ride your bike in the neighborhood. Go scrape your knee. Play Xbox with your buddies after curfew. Chase your girlfriend around. Go to prom. Play other sports. Go to the movies. Be a kid. Not go to a camp every single weekend that your parents can't afford, but they do it because they love you. And
well, I mean, in some cases, they don't do it for that reason.
Well, that too.
They think there's something that's going to lead to something.
But that's what kids need to be doing. That's what they need to be doing. Not getting paid shady money by people with ulterior motives, in my opinion. Bork all about chasing women today. That's what a high school kid needs to do. Go get a little girlfriend. That's what you need to do. Go have fun. Be a kid. Learn how to drive your car and then, stay out too late and get your dad take your keys for 2 weeks. But after he takes your keys, he walks away and he's smiling because that's what he did when he was 16. That's what they need to be doing. Somebody says, what are showcases? Can you explain that we have high school coaches who miss school to take certain students to showcases? Are they getting paid for that? Is it something that's part of the high school? Can you explain what a showcase is? It varies on the sport, but I mean, I know somebody in a different state who, this is when I grew up too, which isn't that long ago, but I'm soon to be 34. He and a couple of his teammates on their travel team joined a team in a different state to go to baseball showcases in a different state. They traveled every weekend for home games because that was where the D1 coaches were. They had to go to this tournament to play with this team that they never heard of, but they were good players, and they got recruited by a travel coach to go play a tournament in a different tournaments, multiple in a different state, because that's what it took to get in front of the right coaches according to them. That kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. Not everybody has access to that. 601-879-4395. We will broach the basketball topic for a period of time after the news. Don't go anywhere.
This is a place for crazy people.
If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
You take the midnight subway train. You call another shots. You strip a lightning. You're in love.
Sports Talk Mississippi, back with you here on a Thursday afternoon. Brian Hadad, Michael Borkey here in the Pearl River Resort Studios. What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi? I guess we've got to talk some basketball. We'll do that in just a couple of minutes. Plus, when we get to the 5 o'clock hour, our daily turn into the portal and the wacky world of the transfer portal. We'll do all that a little later. What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you by Ag Up. Start the new year with a compact tractor that's a proven performer and get a great deal. You get it all at Ag Up Equipment. Right now you can get 0% financing for 48 months on select John Deere 1 through 4 series compact tractors. You can't beat these workhorses or the 0% financing. Stop by your local Ag Up or visit them at agup.com. Your down-home dealer. Offer ends 1/31/26. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Texas A&M 88, Mississippi State 68. I mean, what do we say at this point about the current state of the basketball team?
We say that baseball starts in 21 days, something like that. That's what we're saying.
22 days, right? Because it's on a Friday.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So,
I mean, that's what it is, though, right? I mean, look, we can break down this game if we want to, but what's the point? They're 2-4 in the SEC. Their net's the worst in the league.
Right. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for this team. They may win some more games for sure. I don't think they're going to go 2-16, but there's nothing really to take from this. I mean, you look at this game. What a weird stat line, by the way. State shot a higher percentage than A&M, out-rebounded A&M. 13 turnovers isn't a ton, but the two things that stand out, obviously, A&M being 23 of 24 from the free throw line. That's just getting it done. They got to the line, but more importantly, they made their free throws. State was only 10 of 15 from the line. This is the third game in a row, I believe, for State where they have their opponent has had single-digit turnovers. In this case, A&M only had 3 turnovers in the whole game.
To 18 assists.
That's just when you're not creating extra possessions for yourself. I mean, that's what Jans' defense has thrived off of the first couple of years. You don't have anybody doing that for you right now. Any game I see where Brandon Walker is the leading scorer, I'm just going to assume State lost. But that's what he was. He had 16 points. Hubbard and Epps combined 8 of 24, so it's officially, I think we can say they're in a little bit of a funk right now. 2 games in a row like this. Chor with 10 rebounds, but just not good enough. Quincy Ballard didn't get the start, played 5 minutes, 0 points. What a waste of NIL funds he was. You give the freshman the start, Jamarian Davis-Fleming, but he gets you no points and 4 rebounds, 3 fouls. So just nothing going on for Mississippi State. They'll just try to get through these next few months and restart next year. I'm interested to see. And the same thing, Ole Miss is at Kentucky. State has hosting Vanderbilt. Are those games going to get played this weekend? I don't know the answer to that. I can't see how, if everything they're saying is going to happen with the weather.
If Ole Miss has already left, that game can be
okay.
played, I guess.
But
But
there's
I mean,
no way
Kentucky's getting ripped, aren't they?
There's no way that they've already left. You leave the day before. They're not leaving 2 days out.
I am shocked, frankly. No, I mean, Lexington's going to get hit with 75% chance of winter weather. Saturday's high is 18, and Sunday's is 24.
And then Vandy, I mean, they might be able to get down here, but how would they get back? I don't know that they can get back.
I mean, it's Thursday, and the league has not communicated anything.
It's
publicly.
really weird. Like, it's really weird that they haven't said anything. Like, just even we're monitoring the weather, and we will update our schedules as we can.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's odd that hasn't happened. But in this game, I mean, Hubbard 5 of 14 shooting, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 fouls, 3 turnovers. Just awful. This box score is gross for State.
It's horrible. I mean, the assist to turnover ratio is incredible.
I'll give Brandon Walker credit. 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting, played well. But, you know, and King Grace, give him some credit coming off the bench. 13 points for him, 6 of 7 free throws, 4 rebounds as well. You know, Grace is a guy I like a lot. I think he has a lot of potential for next year. Got to keep him. You know, got to keep him. When you're talking about next year, that's the first thing out of your mouth is you got to keep him. But I mean, I just don't know when their next win. Let me look at their schedule. If you said I had to pick their next win, you know, I don't think if they play Vanderbilt, I don't think they'll beat them.
On the C Spire text line, we get this: there's going to be a time change for the Mississippi State Vanderbilt game. That is an impeccable source on that. But my follow-up question would be, Thursday afternoon.
You've got a faster C Spire text line than I do.
No, I don't.
I'm not seeing this.
Look at your phone.
Oh. That's not the C Spire text line.
I mean,
That's my C Spire phone.
It's the C Spire text line. But, I mean, then why haven't they communicated that publicly? And are we sure Vanderbilt's going to be able to go home?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then with Ole Miss Kentucky, I mean, I just read you the Lexington weather. What's going on there?
I don't know.
So, weird deal for sure. But, I mean, on to baseball, right? That's what it is? I mean, on to baseball?
It absolutely is. There's no, you know, you're waiting out the last couple weeks in the portal here with football, but all eyes are on Dudy Noble Field and opening day of February 13th. I mean, and you hate that, you know, because a lot of, like the first couple of years with Jans, there was a lot of, you know, baseball's coming up, you know, because they struggled at the opening of SEC play. They ended up making the tournament, but they struggled. People were already moving on to that. And I was like, you know, you can be good in both, but this is not the year for that, unfortunately. They're not going to be good in basketball. They're not about to reel off a 10-game winning streak or anything like that. They're just not good. And move on to the next one.
601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. 601-879-4395. I think Ole Miss is not dead yet. These next 2 games are vital. If you lose them both, it's on to baseball.
Yeah. Who do they play?
It's Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Need to win one. Yeah. Is Vandy at home or on the road?
Vanderbilt is in Oxford.
You need to win. I mean, I don't think you're going to win in Lexington, but winning in Oxford, you need to get that win to stay alive. If you don't, well, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to win in Rupp. That's not a thing. But if you don't split these 2, then, I mean, you got to go to Tennessee and Texas back-to-back games after that before hosting Alabama and their professional basketball player on their sideline in that one.
Yeah.
I still am mind blown that we have a guy that played at Alabama for years, left, signed 3 contracts with NBA organizations, and is coming back and playing for Alabama after getting minutes for an NBA organization this past Saturday. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah,
a lot of people are upset about it. The fact that there's not, like, across-the-board outrage about this is blowing my mind, honestly.
I don't know. I don't want to go back into that. We had a long discussion about that yesterday. It's just gross. We'll see where it goes.
Gross is a good way to put that. Somebody's asking, what will Hubbard do next year? He's not going to get drafted, most likely. If you were him, would you rather make guaranteed $1 million+ to enter the portal or see the options? Well, buddy, I'm here to tell you. It's a lot more than $1 million.
Yeah, it is. But that State will prioritize him. He will stay at State. I don't have any concerns about Josh Hubbard being locked up in Starkville until his eligibility runs out.
Somebody's asking, will State or Ole Miss be looking for new basketball head coaches after the season? Not because they're firing them, but if certain jobs come open, Chris Beard's name will get named.
I think Beard is a more attractive candidate for big-time jobs, and that's where you got to go from here, right? So, I mean, I'll just throw a name out. Like, North Carolina is trending like it's going to be open.
He will be on the list there.
There's no way he would turn it down. That's one,
He took Ole Miss to their second Sweet 16 ever and Texas Tech to the national championship.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way he's saying no to North Carolina. So we'll just.
Pitino might be retiring soon.
I don't think he'd go to St. John's. That's a good job. Ole Miss is as good a job as that.
In this era, things have changed dramatically. But he is a big basketball historian guy.
He is. I don't know. But I think both guys will be.
Nobody's getting fired. We'll put it that way.
If you said. Like, if you were to set up betting odds that, like, both are back, neither are back, and then one of them's back. If only one of them was back, I would say it'd be Jans, more than likely. But the smart money would be on both are back. Especially, it might. This is one of those things where if you're let's just use North Carolina again, right? If you want to get Beard, okay, he's missed the tournament 2 out of 3 years at Ole Miss. Now, he did take him to a Sweet 16, but.
Yeah.
Is that, is that really what you want to do? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yes.
It is, because you would point to his
how good he is.
You would point out to his whole resume, yeah.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Obviously, the Ole Miss fans listening hope that does not happen.
Yeah.
Because you got a quality basketball coach right there, although this season not going as you hoped. We'll start talking college football when we come back. I've got a scenario, or a question, really, I want to throw at Hadad.
You got to give me this Josh Pate thing, too. I don't know it yet.
Oh, let's do that next. The great Josh Pate, recurring guest of this program, pitched an idea on how to change the calendar of college football. I like most of it, and I'll go through it with you when we come back.
From the Venable Glass
Sports Talk Mississippi. To the junction, in the groove, and to the top. Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
Borkey and Hadad with you, Sports Talk Mississippi. So, Josh Pate, we'll have him on soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Although he's busier these days. ESPN is actually putting a college football analyst on their college football discussions. It's a good thing. He proposed an idea. The calendar, not only for portal stuff, is messed up, but next year's national championship is going to get played on January 25th. And you're playing semifinal games on Thursday and Friday to avoid the NFL, and it's all just kind of a mess. So here is how he wants to fix it. Number one, move week 1 to what we currently call week 0.
Okay.
I'm all on board with that.
I mean, we're getting the season started faster? Sure.
Season started 1 week earlier. It really doesn't change much with the weather, despite what Dan Wolken writes. I mean, 1 week, come on.
It's fine.
It's fine. And so that would move everything up, including conference championship weekend being played on Thanksgiving weekend instead of the first weekend of December.
Okay.
I'm still fine with that. 2 for 2. All good.
It works for me, yeah.
Here's the one proposal that I'm not a big fan of.
Okay.
After conference championship weekend, you've got teams that you select into the playoff for winning their conference.
Mm-hmm.
A week later, he says 6 bowl games, doesn't matter which 6, rotate them if you must, and play them on Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving weekend, whatever. And those games are what he called extra data point games. So the teams that play in the conference championships, they get an extra data point for the committee, but it's not fair, which, there's merit to this point. It's not fair that, Georgia has to play in the SEC championship, but Notre Dame gets to sit at home. So the 12 teams that are out would play in these 6 bowl games for the extra data point for the College Football Playoff Committee and the teams to be selected that Sunday. I hate that part of this idea. That's horrible.
That one doesn't feel right in my head. No.
I don't like that part at all.
Okay, moving on.
Round 1 week later, on campus.
Yes.
Great. Round 2, 1 week later.
Yes.
On campus.
Absolutely.
Round 3, finally go off campus to appease the suits because they're not going to agree to 3 rounds off campus. And then the national championship game on New Year's Day.
I'm definitely in favor of that. I mean, next year, what do we say? It's the 25th?
The 25th.
I mean, that's just silly. All right? Just silly to have the national championship game for college football that late. So there's a lot of good in there. Nobody's going to be perfect, but I like a lot of what I heard there. I especially like the week 0 I did. Now, it's going to be super hot. It's going to be super hot. Let me ask you this. First weekend of college football starts the week before Labor Day, right? Would you be willing to sacrifice a Saturday? And what I mean by that is we get a ton of night games, but we got to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm okay with that.
So
I'm okay with that. Make it a full weekend
might,
extravaganza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But your team might have. We'll kick off everything after 5 o'clock.
I'm okay with that.
But you might have to play on Thursday night, Friday night, or Sunday night.
I'd rather Thursday at 7 than Saturday at 11.
Or 1:30.
Or 2:30. Goodness gracious.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
That's normally when I have an idea, immediately I shoot it down in my own head. But that one I was like, that's actually not a bad idea.
Well, and what you
have a whole weekend, a college football extravaganza.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to get the big schools on board. Be like, look, Thursday night, ESP or ABC, LSU, Clemson at LSU. Now LSU would probably
because they would boo-hoo cry about
Thursday. But yeah, you got to get them on board.
Okay, hold on. Quick pause. Something we were talking about earlier. Just sent from Ole Miss due to incoming weather in Lexington. The Ole Miss men's basketball game at Kentucky on Saturday will now tip off at 10 a.m., 1 hour than previously scheduled. They're going to get stuck there.
That doesn't seem like it's a real solution. This is where the conference there's no wiggle room in the schedule, so they can't just cancel it and say, we'll pick up this game another. They don't want to make somebody play 3 games in a week. But I don't know what you're going to be able to do. There's a legit chance the basketball team gets stuck there for a few days.
You hope that weather comes in late, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so there's your answer, at least for the Ole Miss game. But and what you can do, too, is when you have some of these neutral site games that are played in domes, you can play those at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, if you've got a neutral site,
play your Dublin game.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
That's not a problem at all. You have a game in Atlanta in a dome, or you have a game in the Superdome, or in Indianapolis featuring a Big Ten team. Hey, Dad, we are cooking right now. Buddy, we are cooking. Yeah. The outdoor games are played after 5, but you have a handful of neutral site games
that are indoors. The Atlanta games, and maybe
Dallas.
You can set it up where I'm not a huge neutral site guy, but you can get a few more. Can you get one? Because there's no NFL games happening at this time. So can we get one at SoFi? Can we get one at Arlington? Get one in New Orleans. Get one in Atlanta. Get one where I'm trying to think around some domes here. Indianapolis. Things like that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Because we're obsessed with giving the suits what they want, you play the first 2 rounds on campus, right? That means a couple of bowl games in your rotation get, for lack of a better phrase, screwed.
Yeah.
The Fiesta Bowl, when it's not a semifinal game, is the season opener.
Yeah.
The Sugar Bowl, when it's not the semifinal game, season opener. Make the suits happy. I don't care. But I like that. What I don't like, though, is the extra data point games. I don't know how you fix that. I mean, especially if you go to 16 teams, there is no point of the conference championships for the SEC or the Big Ten when you get to 16. So I don't know what you do there. unless you're doing automatic bids and you do play-in games that day.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Detroit, yeah, that's a good point.
Detroit.
Yeah, you could put these games everywhere and have some big. And look, you make them regional.
Mm-hmm.
So in Detroit, Michigan versus Notre Dame. In Atlanta, Georgia versus Clemson, or Georgia Tech versus Florida.
Sure. So whatever those games are,
right?
yeah.
In New Orleans, you probably put LSU in there most years, but State or Ole Miss could duck down to New Orleans, no problem.
Easy. I mean, Ole Miss and Louisville were supposed to open the season in Nashville.
Right.
2 years. It'll be at Nissan
Dallas
next year.
and Houston, you got all sorts of options. You could send LSU to Houston.
Yeah, easily.
Indianapolis, again, Notre Dame, Indiana, all of the Big Ten schools could go right there.
We are cooking.
We've cooked something up here. This is not a bad idea.
I don't know what to do though with the conference championship.
Somebody on the text line, you guys are making way too much sense. We got to stop. Greg Sankey's going to walk in here and be like, "You guys shut up."
It's like that South Park episode about a word that I can't use.
Yeah,
you guys are making entirely
way too
much sense
right now. I know exactly what you're talking about. Are you going to get out there on your Harley and make a lot of noise?
Somebody says, "What else is there to do in January? I'd rather play football in January instead of August." So this is a suits thing.
Yeah.
Here's what college football is running into. Although the national championship number was huge, interest wanes when the NFL playoffs begin. And then you're playing these games on off days because competing with the NFL playoffs is just a stupid endeavor. So they're having to play. I mean, Ole Miss Miami was on a Thursday night, not a holiday Thursday night either. It was when everybody went back to work. This would help that, and also the portal calendar and stuff. You can, if you end the season on January 1st, then you can have your portal window and signing day without your team still playing. That can happen on its own. A 2-week window after the season's over for everybody. As opposed to you've got 8 teams still playing while their roster's getting rated by other teams. So that's why that would be beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, you say there's the football. There's still the NFL too. You let the NFL can have January.
I mean, they own January already.
Yeah,
man.
It's not. Yeah, we're already playing college football games on Thursdays and Fridays, trying to avoid the NFL. But just let them have it.
Just let them have it.
And tell the NFL, hey, we're giving you January. You got to let us have December.
Bang.
No Saturday games in December until after the playoffs.
Handshake, agree.
Yeah, feels like a way to work.
A lot of your messages have come in. We will get to some of those when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere. We're in the Pearl River Resort studio, by the way. Early spring golf is coming. No better place to do that than Dancing Rabbit. You've got baseball upcoming. I know that they've got baseball offerings at the Sportsbook at Timeout Lounge. You can eat good, play good, have fun, play golf, relax, have a staycation right here in Mississippi. Geyser Falls not too terribly far away from opening as it gets a little bit warmer. Check them out, Pearl River Resort, pearlriverresort.com. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook Sports Talk Mississippi.
Sports.
On your radio and in the game. Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad. One guest appear on the show. They do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. Somebody on the text line says, I listen to the Pate podcast. Best I understand the conference championship and the 6 bowl games that all be played in one weekend. Enjoy the show. Thank you. But that's why I don't like it. Number one, data point games.
Yeah.
But number two, he wants to save bowl season by putting them at like the Pop-Tart Bowl. All right, hold on. You're going to have this game. Who was it? If it would have been last year, Ole Miss and was was it Georgia Tech maybe? I don't remember the two teams. Ole Miss was one of them that would have played in that game, and it was the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It's like, hold on. On Thanksgiving weekend, you're going to send two teams to Orlando to play a data point game? Nah. We're outthinking the room on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe some bowl games go away. I like bowl season. I like watching college football. If that's collateral for a better calendar, then so be it. I like watching them. I don't need the Snoop Dogg LA Bowl, you know? I don't need it. I'm glad it exists, but if it goes away, I'll be fine. Could you play multiple games in a dome stadium in one day? Without a doubt, you could. Now, ideally, you would, you couldn't play 11 a.m. and 2:30. It would have to be like 11 a.m. and 7 to clear the stadium, clean it up,
right,
etc.
Well, they used to do it back in Jackson back in the day, the doubleheaders.
They do that. I mean, they do it with the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, the Final Four plays in although you buy a ticket to one session, which is both games.
Yeah. A little different with basketball, too. I mean,
but they do play it in the big stadiums, though.
So,
why does the Big Ten want 24 in the playoffs? What is the advantage to that?
They can get more teams in.
They get more teams in.
Simple as that.
Let's see. What about starting college football in January? Avoid the NFL as much as possible. No,
you're gonna go out there.
What?
Think about this weekend that we're about to have.
Game this weekend.
Yeah, there's gonna be a game. No chance.
No fan base would follow a bowl game to see where their team is seated next week or see if they make the playoff. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's the only bad part of his idea there. I do like it overall, though. I like.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential. They just got to figure it out.
It would be nice if people would consider trying to figure it out. That'd be great.
Well, good luck.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would. It would. So I know you're a big. I know this is your thing. Huge number for this championship game.
Yeah.
On Monday, the second highest championship game ever, the most watched since 2014-2015, which of course was the first college football playoff national championship. That was Oregon and Ohio State. 30.1 million viewers, 33.2 on the peak. Second most watched cable telecast on record. Most viewed non-NFL sports telecast since the 2016 World Series Game 7. That's the Cubs, in case you forgot. So I can understand why that had big ratings. All of America was trying to see who was going to win, the Cubs or the Indians. Big number, especially when you consider not the biggest brands in the world in that one. I asked Ben Portnoy, I said, is the business of college football better with Indiana as national champion? He said he thought so. This kind of proves his point that
they were a very compelling story.
You didn't have to have Georgia versus Ohio State to draw massive numbers.
There's almost a brand fatigue out there.
There is something to that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and that's kind of why we got the 12-team playoff, right? We were tired of seeing Alabama, Georgia, the Ohio State, the same 3 or 4 teams in the playoff every year. And now we've had this little variety as the spice of life thing, and it's been fun. I for one enjoy seeing most of these teams that we've seen in the playoff. Most of them. I haven't enjoyed seeing them all. Not all of them, Borkey, but some of them I have enjoyed seeing, these new teams. Not all.
Not all. Some.
Not all.
Half our audience is Ole Miss fans, our sponsors.
They know.
A good bit of them are Ole Miss fans. They pay our bills,
They know.
Yeah,
they know.
I mean, it just,
They know what they've got when I signed on the dotted line, they knew. They knew what they had with me. I asked that question in our first meeting.
Gosh darn it, I just ran over my headphones.
Brand
new headphones, hey Dad, I ran over them.
Look at this guy.
I fixed it.
Look at him.
The cord is longer than the old one. I got to be more careful with the chair. I ran over brand new headphones. Shout out Houston.
Yeah.
I ran over the cord.
Where are my headphones? Hold on. I want new headphones.
Did you break yours? Did you
Break them right now to get new ones.
And it's not like I broke mine of reckless care. Just one day I went to put them on and they just snapped.
Because of that massive melon you've got
I
there.
do have a big old head.
It's like an orange on top of a toothpick.
I mean,
you'll be crying tears into your wee pillow tonight.
If you're as smart as I am, you need a lot of room.
It's like Sputnik.
I do have sometimes. The hat industry is starting to create bigger hats, but there was a time where, especially when
we have these stupid big hats now.
Oh gosh,
they're
are
so
the
ridiculous.
But like there are the ones with the, I guess they're called snapbacks, right? There are some where I'm on like the last button.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I got a big dome.
Oh man.
Head, move.
Do the headphones come in sizes? No. You should see poor Rebecca. She's got.
Oh yeah, she's got to like push them down. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. 601-879-4395. Bob says it would make some schools and people mad, but college football needs a format like the NFL, 4 divisions with 4 teams in each conference. The pod system was very popular for a while within the SEC circles, but
yeah,
Bob, I do think
that's kind of the Super League idea.
Well, that's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming. It's coming. The Super League is coming. It's going to happen. The Congress isn't going to do anything, which, man, the NCAA released a statement about this Alabama basketball player, and it was, this is why we need Congress's help. I just wanted to run my head through a wall. They're not going to help you the way that you want. They don't help us in the way that we want, and we vote for them. Like, why do you think they're going to help college sports at all? Why? But anyway,
yeah.
The only way to get rules is to collectively bargain or whatever, and you're not going to get 350 colleges to do that. Super League is coming. It's a matter of time. It's coming.
Yeah. I almost delved into the Joker there. The only way to live in this life is without rules.
Man, you do a good Joker voice.
Thank you.
Somebody says, what's worse, the overly gigantic hats or the hats with the upside-down words? I despise the upside-down word hats.
Okay, so
I hate them.
The answer is the big hats because they're so noticeable, right? You don't notice the other thing until you're looking at it. But like you see the big hat across the way, you're like, what?
Well, especially those people.
Like Ed Reed wearing the big hat Monday, and he's consoling one of the players afterwards. He's wearing the big hat. It looks like a cartoon.
Those people that wear those in their seats in the stadium, like that. I'm all about freedom, right? But inside of a venue, if you're one of those people with a sign just to get on TV, the person behind you should be allowed to rip up the sign in front of your face.
Yeah.
Your right to your seat does not give you the right to all game block the people behind you. I'm not talking about standing up, sitting down. I get if you want to stand up all game and cheer, all good. I'm fine with that. But if you're wearing one of those gigantic hats,
yeah,
you're a clown.
Okay.
I want to say something else.
I got you. The upside down thing doesn't bother me as much. It just doesn't bother me for whatever reason. It's just like I've had so many people ask me what it is, and I've seen it enough at this point where I'm just kind of used to it. You're telling me you wouldn't get? Should I not get one that says "Hey Dad" and has it upside down? Should I get a hat that says that?
Maybe we should.
I think it would sell.
Somebody with the Super Troopers quote: "Move that gigantic cotton candy." What a great movie that is.
It's all good stuff.
You are freaking out, man.
Man. So write me out here on Sports Talk Mississippi.
I'm going to watch that scene during the break.
I mean, it's
move that gigantic cotton candy.
I'm more of a beer fest guy with those movies. Just because my favorite scene is when he has the little pup and he's like, "It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating." I love that so it makes me laugh so much. My wife likes to use that word frustrating, so I'll start doing that to her. Just because once she's mad, you might as well just push all the buttons. Just see what happens at that point.
Somebody says standing up all game is okay? ? I think at the appropriate times during commercial breaks, all that stuff, sit down.
Yeah.
But if your team's on defense and the guy in front of you is up and cheering, I think that is within the bounds of fan behavior. But if it's during a commercial break or it's 1st and 10 on the 20 for your offense, I think sitting down's okay. That's just me. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Venable
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You know I love sports.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Gotta love Rush.
Oh, Rush is great.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you. We got NFL games. We're going to find out who's playing in the Super Bowl this Sunday.
Yeah.
Patriots at Broncos. The Patriots are a 4.5-point favorite. I don't think they would be the favorite in this game. I think that's safe to say. Had Bo Nix not broken his ankle at the end of their game and Jarrett Stidham getting a start here.
Yeah, Stidham is the problem here. Yeah, if you're talking about the number 1 seed at home against the Patriots team, which you can only play who you play, but they haven't really played anybody this year. You know, they got 6 games against 4 games against the Jets and the Dolphins, not great. They played the NFC South, so nobody had a winning record in there. I mean, just not great. So yeah, if Bo Nix was healthy, it's probably a small line, but it's definitely the Broncos are definitely going to be favored in that.
Yeah,
but unfortunately they do not. They have Jarrett Stidham.
Some winter weather expected on Saturday in Denver, but Sunday should be clear, and the football should not be affected. It will be cold, high of 25 that day, but that won't affect play as long as the sun's out. They'll be fine. So a true. Just football game, even though it's outside in January in Denver. Mm-hmm. The Patriots story, unfortunately, is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, yeah.
They've won too much, but the Titans shipping out Vrabel and him going to New England and immediately having a team that most people expect to play in the Super Bowl with Drake May, I mean, that just shows in that league you really are just one coach away.
Yeah.
Coach and quarterback away. That is all you need. Everything else will take care of itself. I mean, think about the optimism surrounding the Saints right now. GM is still there. Mm-hmm. Weird roster, although this last draft was quite good, as it turns out, overall. But it seems like you got your quarterback right. It seems like you got your coach right. And suddenly, Saints fans are talking about playoffs next year. That's all it takes in that league. And boy, did New England get the 2 of those correct.
This is funny from the C Spire text line. 4 possible Super Bowl matchups as far as the coaches go. Sean versus Mike, Mike versus Sean, Mike versus Mike, Sean versus Sean. That's hilarious.
I didn't even
think of that. That's great work by you. If you're the one who came up with that, that's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. But I would have been a lot more. I'll still watch, of course. I would have been a lot more excited about that game.
Yeah, if Nix was playing, yeah. So probably looking at Patriots. I won't be surprised if the Rams go to Seattle and win.
I wouldn't be surprised either. So that's first game at 2:00. Then the quote-unquote nightcap at 5:30. Rams at Seahawks. The Seahawks hanging on to just a 2.5-point line. Darnold healthier, I assume. He was questionable going into the last game, but they didn't really need him to be anything. They were that dominant over the very injured 49ers.
Yeah.
That should be a fun game.
That game was over
well.
on the first play. I mean, they took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Our guy Rashid Shaheed. Glad to see him playing well, but that was an easy one for the Seahawks. Yeah, I think we're going to get Patriots Rams. That's where my. If you told me to pick, that's where I know we do picks on Friday, but I would give that today.
It's a good question. Is Drake May a hit, or is the sample size too small? I'm leaning towards hit. I'm leaning towards hit also, but
well, let me ask you this: same amount of sample size, right? Jaden Daniels a hit.
Yes,
Okay.
but there's still some reluctance because he's only done it once.
Those three guys, Caleb, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May, I think you got 3 stars there.
Caleb's a hit for sure.
Yeah, I think you got 3 stars there. I wonder about the Commanders. You know, last year feels a little fluky. That's why, if you're listening, Craig, I'm sorry. But it does feel a little bit fluky. But the Patriots, especially when they have Vrabel, right? You know, Vrabel's just a good coach. Somebody on the C-Spire text line says, as a Titans fan, I need Vrabel to win it all. I mean, they're still bitter about the way that went down, and they should be. That was a terrible decision. That guy was a great coach, and you let him walk. And the thing is, like, if you had him in Tennessee, NFL coaches never change jobs. Like, you don't ever see one coach go from another to another franchise. Very rarely. And there's always draft, because nobody wants to give up the draft picks. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about him going to the Patriots right now. That's just a poor decision there, no question.
Somebody says Saints in the playoffs next year with, 6 laughing emojis. You know, they were 2 wins away from making the playoff this year.
Yeah, they were 2 games out. If they had started Shuck the whole season, they'd probably make the playoffs. Like, I saw a draft mock the other day with the Saints getting Jeremiah Love, and I was just like, I can live with that. I did agree with you that if Reuben Bain is there, I don't mind it. But getting an explosive running back to go with Olave and Shuck, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. After the news, we'll get into as the portal turns. There's a little bit of stuff to talk about.
Starting to wind down on us, though.
But it is starting to wind down. So we will do that after the news. Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. This is your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad, Sports Talk Mississippi. It's just after 5 o'clock. You know what time it is.
It's time for the college football fix? You got to be kidding me. You got to just go with the YouTube. Nope.
It worked yesterday.
You do it. I can't even be bothered.
I mean, no, it worked yesterday. Go for it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
The college football fix is brought. I can't do that to our sponsor. The college football fix is brought to you by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built Ford Tough. That's the Ford F-150, the best-selling truck in America. Make no mistakes, accept no substitutions. Go straight to the top. Get the number 1 selling truck in America. If you're looking for a new vehicle, visit your Mississippi Ford dealers today. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'm going to thank you to get that fixed, sir.
Yeah, I know.
All right. You start us off today because I ain't got nothing over here. We're still on Seton watch here in Starkville.
Somebody on the text line said State getting another portal quarterback.
I haven't seen it. So if you're saying that that's happening, we'll have to take your word for it. I have not seen anything of the sort yet.
Okay, well, there you go. From the Ole Miss perspective, obviously the story of the day, completely unsurprising to anybody because he's been in town for a little while. But Luke Farrelly is going to sign. He's going to play for Ole Miss. Has been slated to play for Ole Miss for about a week now. But the Cal transfer linebacker that is now publicly done. He was the ACC Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. Quality linebacker, got years of eligibility, and Ole Miss has now added 3 from the transfer portal, 1 from Georgia Tech, 1 from Baylor. Now this young man right here, they have retooled the linebacker room. They needed a guy like him with Daugherty outgoing, and they went and got him. So that is not surprising at all in the least. But now
that guy replaces Daugherty. Who replaces Umamielen?
Well, they've added 3 edges.
They've added some
now.
edges. Okay.
They've added 3, 1 from Alabama, 1 from Oregon, and 1 from Nevada, actually. Okay. And the guy from Oregon, His last name is Purchase. In the NIL era, the that's a pretty darn good name.
It works. It works.
So yeah, they've added. They were going to add defensive line regardless, but I do think that they were prepared for Uman Mielen leaving because of just kind of how quickly this deal happened with Blake Purchase and Jordan Renaud, the Oregon and Alabama transfers respectively. Those happened quickly, and so I don't think they got caught with their pants down on that at the end. But they still need offensive line help. That is the thing that Ole Miss needs badly, specifically tackle. On the interior, on the offensive line, they are in great shape. Frankly, they return all 3 starters, and they've added in the portal as well on the interior of the offensive line. Now, they bring in Kern from LSU. He played tackle for LSU this year. It's a 4-star transfer. And also they have Terez Davis there, but I think it's obvious that they have some desperate need at offensive tackle. According to Steve Wiltfong, former Miami offensive lineman Tommy Kinsler is expected to visit Ole Miss after he visits Auburn. He did not start for Miami this year. He was a backup for Miami. Both of their tackles are off to the NFL, and they were really, really good. But he's getting a lot of SEC interest. He is supposed to check out Ole Miss, and quite frankly, I mean, they just need bodies in that room. I have no idea how good he is. I will never question John Garrison again. I've learned my lesson on that one. But they need bodies in the room, regardless of how good this guy is or isn't. If they don't add a tackle, they are criminally thin at that position.
Oh!
What happened?
The quarterback is here. It's Jaden Rashada.
That's crazy.
So I'm going to say this about Rashada. I'm going to say this.
He's talented.
I know he's talented. When he went to Georgia, that was Levy's first year, I believe. Is that correct? Because he was at Sacramento State last year, right?
Yes.
Okay. There was a whisper, like a little thing on the wind, that he was going to consider coming to Mississippi State, that he had talked with Levy, that they felt good about that relationship. He ends up going to Georgia. Nothing happens of it. You know what? If he's going to be number 2, I think he could do worse. And at least, I'll say this about Rashada, too. He fits State's system better than A.J. Swan does. A.J. Swan is not a runner at all. Rashada can at least make some plays with his feet. So if whatchamacallit, if Kamari Taylor was to go down, at least you're not losing the running game.
Did he get hurt this year?
I don't.
Because at Sacramento State, he threw 42 passes, completed 17 of them for 264, a touchdown and a pick. No, I mean, his game log has a game in late August and then mid-October. He played in 6 games.
That is so out of nowhere, man.
And only threw 17 passes in those 6 games.
Hey, man, he could. I mean, if he visited, they kept it quiet. What on earth? I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind the pickup. I really don't. I know there's a lot of portal drama with him. He's kind of like TJ. He's like Diet Coke TJ Finley a little bit, but he is talented, and he could fit what Levy wants to do. If Kamari Taylor is QB1, don't get that twisted at all. But if I like the idea of turning the reins over to Rashada better than I do AJ Swan. Because he can't run.
Even after the stats I just read you?
Well, I mean, it's Sacramento State, man. I'll be all right. I know that what Rashada does.
40% of your passes completed in 6 games?
I'll trust Levy on the evaluation there. I will. But we'll see. It doesn't happen too often that you get the completely out of nowhere commitment like that, because like I said, you would have heard that he visited or something. He must not have visited, or if he did, they kept it super quiet.
If
I don't mind it though. I don't.
If Taylor struggles in week 2,
they'll be people will be asking,
and it'll be nuts.
But you say that Shapen struggled all year, and until the last
and people
game,
were begging though.
People were, but that doesn't mean that anything's going to happen.
It won't happen.
I think people have a lot more patience with Camario. He's a true sophomore. Week 2 will be his 4th start. I think you're willing to give that guy some grace.
You underestimate the craziness of Twitter,
You're
my
right.
friend. That's not a sane place. What a name, though. What a name. Florida offered him $13 million to go there.
What do you think, huh? Mississippi State, call us, put the $ in those S's, brother. Gave him $15 million.
All right. If he was offered, and Florida, the whole lawsuit thing, Florida didn't have the money, they broke the contract, all that. It was a bad deal. Florida looked awful in that. If he was offered $13 million to go to Florida, what do you think he was offered to go to State? Because they already have QB1, and they already have an experienced backup in the boat. So
probably 6 figures, but very low 6 figures, if I had to guess.
Maybe not even.
Nah, I would imagine it's probably 100.
But a guy that wasn't good at.
And I get it, but he's
level?
still a quarterback. Quarterbacks can get a little money.
They do. They really do. But
man, nowadays in college football, you don't get a whole lot of out of nowhere stuff. Everybody's so well sourced. Everybody hears stuff. There hadn't been a whisper of this on the message boards, on Twitter. Crazy.
In response to what you said about how people are going to be patient with Camario, somebody replies and says, coming from the guy who said we had to win 9 next year.
I didn't say we have to win 9. I said it'll be disappointing in a world.
Well, you're not on the team. You don't have to win a single game.
I don't have to win any games, yeah. I mean, that's a very that's not what I said. I said it would be disappointing in a world where Indiana can go 2 years and win a national championship to not be able to win 9. Explain why that's not possible, basically. And I'll just go ahead and tell you this right now.
They got to take a big step forward in 26.
Yeah.
It's got to be huge.
If State does win 9, it's because Camario Taylor is really good. They're not going to win games in spite of Camario Taylor. They need him to be a superstar right off the top.
It's your college football fix.
Appreciate you, Ford. State. We love it when you do that.
And your local Mississippi Ford dealer. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we got more to talk about for sure.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
Couldn't drag me away. Wild, wild horses. We are riding someday.
From the Venable Glass.
This is Sports Talk Mississippi, right here on SuperTalk.fm, the SuperTalk Mississippi app, and always live on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station.
There's a lot of not listening clearly going on the text line. Jeff says, in what alternate universe is Hadad in where we, meaning Mississippi State, win 9 games? Go ahead and tattoo disappointed on his forehead now.
Well, I mean, we live in the universe where Indiana just won the national championship. So why can I not be living in the universe where Mississippi State in year 3 can win, not be in the playoff, just be a top 20 team? Why is that so unacceptable?
Well, it's 2 different conversations, right? What this team actually will be versus what the program can be.
Right.
It's 2 different conversations.
Correct. But it's a fair conversation. If I'm Zach Selman, I can point at Curtis Kennedy and go, that guy won a national title at a program worse than this one. In 2 years. You're telling me in 3 you can't get to 9 wins? What are we doing here?
Yeah. CJ says, hold up, is that an AI post? Ain't no player ever going to get $13 million. No, it was over like 4 years or something. But Florida's...
It didn't happen, though.
This was very early on in the collective age.
They figured out, we actually do have to pay him? That's not going to... The NCAA's not going to strike that down after he signs? Oh, God.
And they didn't have the money. But as the story goes, if I remember it correctly anyway, Florida slapped a clause in his contract that was like, we can break it any time for any reason we feel like. If I remember correctly, and that's where the suit came, and then he transferred. It went to Arizona State, didn't win the job, transferred again. Now he's at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
To battle for QB2.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, in this day and age with this stuff, there's always, people gets leaked, hey, he's visiting so-and-so, this, that, and the other. And for it to come out of left field like this is a shocker.
I'm flabbergasted.
I wish you could have been in my brain for that 1 second where I saw that tweet and I'm like, what am I reading? Have I been no coast?
But
it wasn't. It came from Mississippi State's account. State broke the news. How rare is that the university is the one that breaks the news of a transfer? Nobody else had this.
Nobody.
This was 0 dark 30. They were. This is some old school Greg Byrne ninja stuff. They didn't let anybody have this information.
Rob says State doesn't have a Mark Cuban. That is not how Indiana built their roster.
Yeah, y'all have got to get.
He's involved now. He wasn't involved going into this year.
Right, you got to get that out of your head. Look, if they're good for the next decade, okay, that played a part. But this year, he didn't play a part in this.
Mm-mm. Any news on Trinidad? Not yet. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Still next to Tobago, from what I've heard.
Yeah, apparently. Still beating the United States in a go to the World Cup qualifier game that they weren't prepared for, and a coach got fired and all that. That was a long time ago. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the NCAA does a Friday at 5 o'clock news dump.
Could happen.
Especially into the weekend where there's winter weather and people are distracted and suddenly nobody notices that they took a big fat L. Possibly that. I don't know.
This is one of those things right here. Matt Zenitz, Mississippi State has signed former Arizona State, Georgia, and Sacramento State quarterback Jaden Rashama. Chris Hummer and I have learned. What do you mean you have learned?
They announced it.
The university announced it, Matt.
Source, literally Mississippi State. Did you learn it by...
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean you have learned? Nobody texted you. You got the same notification we did.
Oh, they finally got the message from the agent.
Yeah, I guess.
The Scoops business is an ugly deal, man.
It really is. Like these guys, like just say Jaden Rashada has learned the university announced.
That's all you got to do.
Simple as that. I mean, he's already signed. It's not committed. He's signed.
Wild. 601-879-4395. 601-879-4395. Yes, no news yet on Trinidad, though.
Okay.
No news on him yet. Somebody says if Taylor's a top 5 quarterback in the SEC, I can see 8 wins easily.
Well, he's got to be that. So
he's got to take a step. I mean, the talent is most certainly there. It'd be different if you were like, I don't know if he's talented enough. He is most certainly talented enough to be that guy.
Yeah.
The talent is there.
No doubt.
Gotta get some consistency. And, I mean, also, I know you've talked about it a lot. It's not just about players. I know Texas has better players than Mississippi. They do.
Yeah.
Mississippi State didn't lose the Texas game because of players.
Right. They That's the thing with me. It's like State might have the best roster in the world. I don't know how much I trust Libby and his staff. Now, I trust Arnett as far as being a defensive coordinator. He's got my trust.
They should take a step forward.
They should take a big step forward there. But
how do you know? You've seen it.
I've seen it happen before. But offensively, do I trust Lebby and just overall program management? Just
Game management.
You've got the game in hand. Are you going to still run to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball with 22 seconds left? Or are you going to run the clock down? I don't know. So
I don't know either. So I saw this clip, this viral, not viral, but people are sharing it everywhere, where Paul Feinbaum issued a mea culpa about Indiana, because apparently I don't watch the show, I never will. I don't listen to or watch SEC Nation. I don't watch his appearances on the ESPN morning garbage shows.
Correct.
But apparently he was not very high on Indiana's chances at all season, that he was just very anti-Indiana. That's fine. You're in the opinions business.
Yeah.
But he issued an apology. And in his apology, he said, quote, "There can be no debate. It's the greatest story in the history of the game," end quote. And I could not have possibly rolled my eyes harder. It is a great story. Don't get me wrong. It is still a Power 4 team winning a championship. College football is littered with better stories than that one. My question to you, though, Hadad, what immediately pops into your head? If I said, "Hey, name a better story in college football," I've got one for you that I pulled out of the depths that I'm going to share with our audience that they probably didn't know. I didn't really know about this, which is a really cool story. But just off the top of your head, what would be there? I think Mark Kerslick is up there in the debate. The Boston College linebacker that got cancer, beat cancer, came back, played at Boston College.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's a tough one. You got a bunch of stories like that. The best story in the history of college football. I mean, is it We Are Marshall? Is it that story?
I mean, yeah. See, when you say something like that, it's the greatest story.
Well,
Marshall had their entire football team and coaching staff -1 die in a plane crash, and they resurrected the program.
Think about the other side of this. When was it? Christine Brennan said the day the Big Ten decided to play football and COVID was the worst day in the history of the Big Ten. When Jerry Sandusky and Larry Nassar exist, this is something they do. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely going to be better stories of people who've overcome unbelievable tragedy and persevered because of it. Yeah, and if we're just talking about just
a friend just texted me Manti Te'o.
Well, oh, poor guy. And then even then, if you're just talking about like on the field improbable stuff, I'm sure we could do something better than this. I mean, I don't know.
I've got one.
All right.
That is better. I think it's the coolest college football story.
All right, go ahead.
That I have ever heard. So we'll do that after the break because it's kind of long, and it actually involves two legendary coaches. One of them made his hay here in the state of Mississippi. I was kind of blown away when I read about this last night. So. Jeff and Grenada with a good one. UAB, their program getting resurrected after it got shot down the way it did. It's a good one. The Garrett Schrader helicopter tackle. I saw that. That randomly popped up in my feed the other day. I don't know how he didn't get severely injured on that play.
Me either. That was one that you look at and you're just like, oh God, and it ended up being okay.
The Swanee Tigers 1899 college football team, one of the best stories.
Yeah.
Somebody says doubt they're going to make a movie about Indiana winning a natty. I doubt so too.
Oh, is that your pick, Rudy?
No.
Okay.
Rudy is not my pick. But I mean, that's a better one. I will tell you guys what I think is the most interesting college football story, the coolest, greatest whatever of all time when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, we're in the Pearl River Resort studio. Don't go anywhere.
From the SeaBrew.
You can be a part of Sports Talk Mississippi. 888-808-8637 on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Borkey and Hadad, Sports Talk Mississippi. So glad that you guys are with us. So, I knew that during World War II, there was still college football, and I knew that the service academies had really good teams. There's actually a book called A Team for America that's really good, and it's about the service academy college football teams during wartime. Now, one of, if not my favorite college football story is the North Carolina pre-flight Cloudbusters.
Okay.
And Cloudbusters might be a word you've heard before because Ted Williams actually played in the baseball version of the Cloudbusters. Mm-hmm. They were a college football team that was formed at the United States Navy pre-flight school that was based out of North Carolina Chapel Hill. And they played college football for 3 years in 42, 43, and 44. But they didn't represent North Carolina. North Carolina still played college football.
Right.
But stationed at North Carolina was the Navy pre-flight school, and they formed a college football team because all those pre-flight schools popped up. They had to train young men to fly planes in World War II. And so the Secretary of the Navy opened that in April, and a football team was organized in part to keep the young men sharp, give them, get their competitive juices flowing in their downtime. But they were getting ready. They were in flight school, and on the side, played college football. They won 16 games, lost 8, and had 3 ties. But here's where it gets awesome. The Cloudbusters were coached by one of Notre Dame's 4 horsemen and Fordham coach Jim Crowley in 1942. In 1943, they were coached by Frank Kimbrough, 2 assistants on that staff. Mm-hmm. Hey, Dad?
Go ahead.
John Vaught and Paul Bear Bryant.
Those guys won a few games.
They were assistants in 42 and 44. Obviously, John Vaught went to Ole Miss. Bryant went all over, including Alabama. In 1942, they went 8-2-1. Their 2 losses were at Boston College by a score of 6-7, in front of 25,000 people. And they lost the final game at Fordham in Yankee Stadium. They played 1 home game, and it was Catawba. The rest were on the road. They beat Harvard, the Georgia pre-flight school, NC State, Temple, Syracuse, Georgetown, Manhattan, and William & Mary. Took a step back in 1943. They went 2-4. They did beat NC State again. Whew, what was wrong with the Wolfpack back then? And then in 1944, they went 6-2-1. Their wins over Cherry Point, that was a group of Marines. They won at Navy, at Duke, at Virginia, Georgia pre-flight, Jacksonville, NAS, Georgia pre-flight again, and they lost to Bainbridge, who was number 12 in the country back then, and Camp Perry. That is a movie that I want to see.
It's an interesting story. Yeah, that's a
good one. They lost players every season to, hey, guys, time to go fight.
Yeah.
You've studied enough. You've learned enough. Get in an airplane, go. So all 3 years, they had an influx of new guys and guys leaving because they were training to go fight in World War II, and they played college football and good college football. That, my friend, is a movie that I would watch. John Vaught and Paul Bear Bryant, assistant coaches for World War II college football teams as they were training to fly. That's nuts to me. What a cool story that I had never heard this until last night.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. I like that. I'm trying to think like how a movie for it would be set up, because it would be based on a true story. So it would be like right before the big game, the quarterback gets the call, like, "Hey, you're going," kind of thing. Whether that's true or not, that's how they would play it. And they get like a last second. The senator shows up with like a last second resolution to let him play in the big game before he goes off to fight in the war. See, I could do the Hollywood thing.
You could.
Yeah.
The book name I mentioned, Team for America. Let me make sure that I have that.
John Hamm as John Vaught.
See, now you're
take a look at Vaught. Pull up a picture of young Vaught and tell me John Hamm couldn't pull that off. Bear Bryant would be like
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a John Hamm character.
I got him.
A Team for America, the Army-Navy game that rallied a nation at war. Army-Navy played in 1944, ranked number 1 and number 2.
You got to think that, like Vaught and Bryant in 1942 have got to be in their early 30s. So Hamm might even be a little old for that. I don't know. Look, can ball knower Timothy Chalamet play Bear Bryant?
Oh, man. Or like John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Because he was in Leatherheads. And
yeah, Krasinski's old enough to be the head coach in this. So,
yeah, who would the players be? I don't know many actors' names.
Yeah, like the young actors nowadays, I don't know those guys.
Who's the guy that was in Top Gun? Not Miles Teller, the other one. The villain?
He's Glenn Powell?
Yeah, he'd be the quarterback or something.
Yeah, well, he's too old, too. You got to get young guys.
Yeah, I guess you do.
College kids.
But he does scream like World War II era pilot aesthetic. Yeah. Like, he's got that.
Yeah, he could pull that off. But, yeah, that, I'm trying to think, like the kid from Stranger Things, the Steve. Joe Peary, is that his name? Peavy, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh, I don't know his last name, but I know who you're talking about. He's in a band.
He could play like the quarterback.
Yeah.
So
his band, by the way, he named Joe, but DJO.
Nice.
That's how you spell it. Joe. How are people supposed to know that?
I don't know. It's like the O'Neaters.
Somebody says Nick Saban is Bear Bryant.
What? Saban is in his 70s. We're talking about Bear Bryant in 1942.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That's a young Bear Bryant. How
Plus,
old was Bear
Bryant?
We need
an actor, not Nick Saban.
So Bear Bryant would have been 29?
Yeah, we got to go young. How old is Glenn Powell?
No, wait a minute. 39.
Okay. Glenn Powell is 37. So, yeah, Powell, that's the age range for the coaching staff. And then you got to go young. You know, you're going to have to go get some unknown kids to be the players. But we could easily make this happen.
Hey, we're cooking. We cooked a...
See, Larry Mai says McConaughey, but McConaughey is in his late 50s right now, right? He's older than me. How old is he?
Yeah, he's getting up there in age.
McConaughey he's 56.
Who are like
he
the
looks
good
young
actors now?
That's the problem, is we don't watch those movies.
No.
Like Chalamet is one. I know him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Who's the guy that played Elvis?
Oh, I don't know.
What's his name? And his voice got stuck like Elvis' voice for like a year because he
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy you could put. How old is he?
He looks young. They got makeup and stuff.
Austin Butler's 34.
You can pull it off if you made it right now.
He does look young, though.
You could pull it off.
Yeah.
People looked older back then.
That is true. Mm-hmm. People did look older back then.
So yeah, that
like
is...
when my dad was 50, he looked a lot older than I look now.
You don't look 50.
Why, thank you. I don't feel 50 either. I'm certainly mentally not 50.
Especially now that you've been
making dirty jokes all day.
Yeah, and you've been knocking the weight off.
I guess I put on some weight.
I guess about that.
I put on some weight during the holidays. I decided.
Well, who didn't?
I decided to like December 1st. I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy December. My wife makes all these special, cookies and treats and everything, and we're cooking. I'm going to eat. It's fine. I'll live.
So yeah, figured I'd bring that to you guys. I think
a good
our
story.
audience
I'd never heard
appreciates
it. I'd never heard it.
And we're going to make a movie.
What's the title of the movie, though?
Cloudbusters.
Okay, that's a good working title, but that on a poster, what? If I just say, "Hey, I'm going to see Cloudbusters," does anybody know that's about football?
No, and I mean
Bombs
Leatherheads, Bombs Away. Is that too Disney though?
Well, maybe. But I mean, that's probably who's making this movie.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, they're making Disney owns everything.
Exactly. So yeah, that's Bombs Away works. Oh gosh, I'm just trying to think. Is there a movie called America's Team? But people would
There's
immediately.
that documentary about the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, and people would automatically think it's about the Cowboys, so that wouldn't work.
A Team for America?
Nah. Team America. Wait, that's been done.
Although the songs, you can try.
Imagine the training montage for 1940s. America. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work at all now that I've thought about it. We'll wrap it up with you on a Thursday. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
Got some movie title ideas coming in on the text line. One of them, War Pigs.
Okay. There might be some licensing issues with that though with the song.
Gridiron Heroes.
It's just too generic. I like it, but it's very generic. We gotta think about a movie poster. We gotta catch people's attention here.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Okay. Bombs Away is still working for me.
Cloudbusters, though.
Yeah, but like I said, if I hear Cloudbusters, my first thought is is it like a Twisters movie? Is it about weather? Like I would think it's about, you know who I would think it's about? Kelso. Like somebody who's up there in the, flying one of those planes in a hurricane. If you said the movie's called Cloudbusters, that's what I would think it's about. I would not think it was about football.
If Top Gun didn't steal this with their second one, Dogfight Football.
Dogfight, yeah.
But
and if they were in the Army, we could make like an in the trenches kind of thing. But since it's not that.
Casting Matt Damon so you can use the Matt Damon from Team America?
That'll work. That'll work.
Honestly, Matt Damon, I want him in my movie. I don't care what he's done. I want him in my movie. Have you seen Air in Ford versus Ferrari? That guy.
He's a good actor.
There's something about him in those
he's a good actor.
Telling true story movies.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about how AI can help us with age. No, we got to stay true to form.
I just said it on the text line to somebody. I was like, you got to respect our artistic vision, all right? We are not out here making AI movies, all right? We want actors, dang it!
The Flying Game.
Well, that's a little closer to the Crying Game. We all know about that one.
Pigskin Pilots?
That feels like a kid's movie.
Got to write the script first.
Yeah, we got a long way to go.
But I can't. After researching this, I can't believe there hasn't been like a true long form. Like, hey guys, check this out.
Or just like a 30 for 30 on it.
Yeah,
something kind of thing. That's weird. Yeah.
You got to read about the baseball team. There's a lot of written stuff about them because of who played for them.
Yeah.
That helped. But his playing career got interrupted by 2 wars.
Yeah.
World War II and the Korean War. And still a legend, obviously. Hail Mary should be a Notre Dame football movie. Yeah, they've already gotten theirs, though. You need Nicolas Cage.
They can't have a second one, yeah.
Nicolas Cage can be a coach for an opposing team. He can be NC State's coach. They kept losing to these guys.
Have you seen the Madden?
No, he looks great, though.
He looks great. Yeah, I mean, it's not out yet, but I was wondering if you'd seen it. And he sounds like him, too. They did a pretty good job. And Christian Bale as Al Davis is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Andy says Takeoff.
Where's the football tie into that, though? That's what we got to have. Like, when you say bombs away, you can at least say that they're like, you're throwing a bomb. There's a football connotation. That's what we got to tie in here, guys. We got to have war and football together. I can't think of anything like right off the top of my head outside of bombs away, which was my idea.
Yeah.
No, we'll think of something. We look. This is just we haven't even gotten any seed money yet. We got to do a round of fundraising. We got a long way to go. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll keep everybody here in the loop. Don't you worry.
Anything else on your mind as we're about to wrap up?
Like I said, Ole Miss has already put that time out. I'm looking forward to seeing what State does because I want to know if when that's going to be. Hopefully, it'll be they'll get that update out pretty soon so people can make their plans.
Yeah. News team will be working around the clock this weekend.
Yeah, JT, Caleb, those guys, they've got a very busy weekend in front of them, unfortunately.
Andy wants to make a transfer portal reference for his movie title.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was thinking along those lines, but I just don't know what it would be.
Air Raiders?
Oh, see, now I don't mind that. Air Raid, something like that, too, could just work, yeah.
Air Raid?
Yeah. I left Jill out, by the way. That's probably the people who are going to be working hard this weekend.
Yes.
My mistake.
Thank you guys for making our show a part of your day. Be safe out there. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Good night.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.